Hello, hi. How are you? Today we are going to continue the same Torah portion called Shelac. Last time we saw that about the spice. Shelac means basically to be sent, or to send the message, or send out. So last time we talked about the spice, that why these 10 people, they came back and they gave a simple another report, and what was the purpose, that they wanted to stay back in the desert land instead of going into the Canaan, which was a promised land by the God. We will continue on the same portion, Shelac, today. When these people are left for the spying of Israel land, they were instructed by Moses to go to the city, to the land, and spy the land and get the information for him. But instead of giving the report, they were giving their opinions. They were asked to give the report of the city. Instead of giving the report of the city, they were giving the opinion. Oh, these people are so strong. They were the children or sons of Enoch, and they were the giants, and city is not a place of dwelling. It is that kind of a report. Instead of report, they were giving the opinion of the city. Number one. Number two, this is not only about the spies that came and gave the bad report, or they don't want to go back there, but that is indirectly what they were telling is denying God, denying the God of Israel, denying the God of Israel's commandments, because God wanted them from years and years back, centuries and centuries back, that they will be going through this one, they will be in Egypt, and they will proceed to going towards Israel, the Canaan land, and that's what they are supposed to do. Basically, they were denying the will of God. And it implies us also. We do the same thing. Are we completing, are we fulfilling the will of God? Or are we like one among the spies, that we are denying the will of God? Not it's just like entering into Jerusalem or entering the Canaan city, but simply as it is, that how many of us we knew about God's will on us and what God wanted to do through us. Are we denying the will? Are we denying the God's will? How is our behavior today? It's one of the biggest questions, that it's not only about the spies rejected the Israel land, but they rejected the God's will also. But more than that, there is another important story, a mysterious story, which is hidden in the spying of this land. And that is about, we all knew of the story of Rahab. The major portion of that story. So it's a very important story too. Rahab, we know about Rahab and what she was and how she was and what was she doing in that city. Her house was exactly in the city wall, located in the city wall. And she was entertaining so many people around her. Rahab and even the Caleb and Joshua, the spies, why would they want to go to a place of a prostitute? Why would they want to go to a place where no one wants to go? No one wants to go boldly, or no one goes there very openly. Why would they want to go there? What is the reason they want to go over there? Because they are supposed to investigate the city. They were supposed to go and see the country and see where is the entrance, where is the exit, how the fortresses are, how strong they are, and what are the cultivations going on there, what is their wealth, what is their strength, and how about the armies. These are the biggest. How about the economy, and what is going? These are the reports that they were supposed to give. Instead of giving that and going around the city, but they went into Rahab's house. And Rahab was very smart in dealing with these people. See, Rahab was not an ordinary person. Rahab was a high class person, prostitute, or I can say, the other words, she was a high class entertainer. Most of, as I said, that those days the Israel kingdom was separated into 7 regions, and almost 31 kings were ruling in the place. So Rahab was, acquainted with all these high officials of these cities. Most of the people, they came and they left with her, and without the notice of anyone else, because they slide in there slowly when the midnight comes in and they walk out, because that's the reason Rahab had a secret tunnel where people can hide out through. She had that one. Otherwise, why would she want to have a secret tunnel in her house? Because these high officials used to visit her house, very secretively. So Rahab is not a low-end professional person, but she was having a profession which was meeting with the high-end people, and she was a prostitute, and she was doing a low-profile job, and it's a very low immorality, of the work that she was doing, but she was meeting with all the big shots. So these people, they know, the spies, they knew that if they go to her, they can get all the information, because she knew about the city, she knew about the people, she knew about the kings and kings' officials, everyone she knew, so she can easily tell everything. See, that's why these people went in there. But they were notified by everyone. They saw the Jewish people there, were going in the Rahab's house, and when the Rahab house was knocked by the soldiers, and they were looking for these 2 people, this is where Rahab became a very smart person. When these Jewish people came in and she made them to escape, right? And she knew very well that before even they could come, she knew very well there was a Jewish God, and they're going to come back here, and they're going to take over the city. She knew everything very well there. She was immediately, encountering with God and asking God, God, rescue me from this. I would love to be a Jewish woman. I would love to be one of your followers. Rescue me from this one, me and my household. Please rescue me. See, she makes a clear, immediate surrender, U-turn from her thing, and she's doing, making a conversation with God, and then she's submitting and surrendering, and that's why she was telling to these Jewish people to make them to escape from the place. When the soldiers arrived, and she told them that this is the place they left, and this is how they left, this is the tunnel they went through, so you can go and you can catch them right now if you run out. So these people, the soldiers, were running behind those people, but she made these spies to sit on top of the roof. And then, she made them brought them again, and then she let them go. She had this window, she had the rope goes down, and the wall. These 3 things: the wall, the window, and the rope, which she used to work out with the high officials and everyone, sliding them out in a very secretive way, which she used for her worst profession. The same wall, the same rope, the same window she made these Jewish people to get escape, to get mercy from the God. The things what she was using to live her life in a very immoral way made her, the same thing made her to become as a righteous person. The low profile, the low immorality person, the lowest, I can say, the lowest immorality person, instantly, immediately, right away, she became the most righteous person. Through our generations, the high priests were born. There were generation kings were born. See, that's Rahab. She turned the curse on her. She turned the curse on their family. She turned all the curses that she was suffering all these years within a fraction of a second. She understood the things immediately, and she knew the power of God. She heard the history of this God. So she's completely, totally surrendered to God from the low morality, from the low immoral behavior, lifestyle, and she became the most righteous woman on the day, just by saving these Jewish people and saving the spies and saving her own life and her own family, and requesting God, begging God to become one of the righteous persons. Such an amazing. She says that it's going to be 3 days to find them out, because from her house, from the wall to the river of that where he came, it takes one day to go and one day to come. On the third day, they will start searching for these people. So it would take 3 days for them to refine them again, so you guys can escape. And she told them to move. And also, in exchange of that, she asks them to spare her life and her family life. And they told, well, you will be tying a scarlet clothing or scarlet ribbon in your doorstep or wall or window, but the only one scarlet should be found in the whole city. If there is any other scarlet tied in the windows or doorposts in the city, the whole family of Rahab would be killed. So that was the condition. Your house only should be tied up with this scarlet ribbon. Nothing else. No other house should be tied. We're having this scarlet ribbon at their doorstep or the windows. So Rahab, safeguarded the secret, and she tied the scarlet ribbon, and her house and her household were saved. They were not attacked. Just right on the wall of Jericho, where the wall fell down and collapsed totally. But Rahab's family was completely saved on the day. The same thing for us today, folks. We might be in any situation. We might be going through the total, unrepairable or unrecoverable sin, or unpardoned sin that we may feel that we have it. Remember Rahab. She turned the things in 1 minute. She turned the things in 1 day, made it to become a blessing. She turned all the cursings that day to become as a blessing. I know the spice story that we were talking about, it is only about the spice that Moses sent them to find out this. But Moses also, the spies also went through this situation and gave a big salvation to Rahab and Rahab's family. Shelac talks about the message. Shelac talks about to be sent to tell the message. Today we do have a hope. We do have in our future, whatever the doomed one that what we are facing today, we can turn it back into a brighter, better one for us and for the whole family situation. We can do that. It is in our hands. Take a U-turn. Make a covenant with God. God, I'm turning a U-turn today. I don't care whatever the consequences I'm going to face, but I will make a decision today. I am yours, Father. Like Rahab, the generations become all blessed after that, right? So the same way we can also be blessed, folks. So the spice story will continue also the next time. I'm going to continue with this spice story. Some more interesting Shelac portions are going to come. So stay tuned, be there, and hope you have a good weekend and week. Shelac2. Stay blessed. Bye. Take care.